Okay, there's several tools that you need to make a basket. First one that's pretty easy is a tape measure. You're going to need that for measuring bases, for measuring heights, for measuring, around your basket, just to make sure you're kind of within the same realm. So a tape measure is one tool. Pencil. You're going to use a pencil for marking your bases, marking your rims. Pretty useful tool. Next most useful one is your pair of scissors. Now these are bonsai scissors or basket making shears, and we use these all day long. They are relatively sharp, but if you don't have a pair of these, you can use any kind of scissor. You just may need something with a point on it to be able to get stuff trimmed off really well at the end of the basket, but a pair of kitchen scissors will work fine. Then you're going to need a bunch of clothespins, and we use those for the bases, we use them for the sides, we use them for the rim. So you need a lot of clothespins, maybe 20 or so, and those can be easily got at the dollar store. Then sometimes, not every basket, but some baskets need needle nose pliers. So if you've not used these before, we're using the point of them. If you get it down here, you have a tendency to cut the reed, because that'll act like a pair of scissors. So just make sure when you're using the pliers that you're only using the tips of them. And I bet you probably have those somewhere at home. Then we have awls, and you use these quite often as well. So we've got pointy ones and we've got flat ones, and so these could be a screwdriver or whatever you might have at home. This is just something that's handy for multiple reasons in the basket. When I'm setting out a base, I use a spoke weight. So this is just a heavy piece of metal. It can be a piece of wood, it can be your water bucket, it could be a cutting board, it could be all kinds of different things. You just need something heavy to help hold the spokes with. So this is a Stanley Sureform, and it's a blade, and it will help to cut a rim when we're getting ready to do that. So I would put it on my board, and I can just simply take off a little bit of what I'm trying to thin down. So that's one tool. And then there's another one that's just a blade on a handle, and it's got a beveled edge, and I can get in there and scrape off quite a bit of stuff. That takes some elbow grease. We'll show you that later on. So these two things in the board we use to make the rims with. But you can use a potato peeler, you could use a knife. There's other things that you can use in place of these. I use a lot of zip ties. It holds the rims together for me. It holds, pieces of reed when I don't want them hanging around, really long ones. And to use those, you're going to take the pointy end and just push it through here, pull it, and you're good to go. So the only other thing you need is a dishpan or a sink or something to get your reed wet, and a spray bottle. Spray bottles we use all day long for spraying the bases, for spraying the rims, for just keeping everything in a damp manner. And that's about all you need to weave a basket with.